Okay. Hi guys. Just going to give it a minute to see if anybody finds me. I've made sure I found myself on my Donna's Creative Space Facebook page. If you're watching this live, please say hello. This is, for those of you who don't know me, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. And I'm here today to show you how to make this fancy fold card. So, oh my goodness. Just trying to straighten out my camera there. Alright, so say hello if you're out there. I just wanted to tell you a few things. The mini catalog, this one here, is ending in, 2 weeks. So make sure that you check out my website, Donna Singleton, stampinup.net. And I think if you want to make sure you're getting anything that might be retiring, if you click on, let me see if I can steer you in the right direction. When you go to my page, if you click on sales and specials, then you click on the July through December, let's see, no, sales and specials, last chance product, and you'll see the things that are disappearing. All right, and this is your last chance to get them, so you might want to shop there. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to say about the catalog. 2 weeks left of the year. Can you imagine? I can't believe that Christmas is, what, a week from tomorrow? I'm so not ready. All right, so, and then come the new year. So let's see, I'll show you. So these are the two, let me move this out of the way. These are the two catalogs that are current right now. The July through December mini catalog and the annual catalog that goes from May through April. So we'll be getting a new one May 1st. So, but come January, I believe it's January 4th, these go live. And this is the new mini catalog. I can't open it. It's against, do you know when we will get the new catalog? I ordered them for all my customers probably, well, I had to do it by November 30th. So at least 3 weeks ago, I put the order in. So, hi Susan Lewis. Oh, I answered you, Lori, but I didn't even say hello to you. Probably because I texted you earlier. Glad you're back from Nova Scotia, Susan. So, yeah, so this starts in January. I've sent them out. If you placed an order with me in the last 6 months, I went through and grabbed all those people's names and I ordered a catalog for you, both catalogs, the mini catalog and the celebration brochure. And it's easier to do it this way. I paid Stampin' Up! To ship them to you directly. That way, I'm hoping you get it sooner than later. All right, so that being said, you should expect them. I'm hoping they start coming out because you know, they like to get you to see them before the new year starts. But anyway, so celebration is January through February, and that's when you spend $50 or more, and you can get to pick out free product. So I can't open these because it's against demonstrator policy. I can show you the cover. I can show you products I made with it. So I have a special going on. Boy, I'm still crooked, huh? Let me see if I can fix that. And the special is, I made it crooked, worse. More crooked. So my special is, so my card class just ended. The card class to go for December, the Eden's Garden, those are almost done being cut, and then they'll start shipping or be ready for porch pickup soon. I'm hoping by tomorrow or Sunday. And so for the rest of the month, that ended on the 15th. So from the 16th to 31st, if you place an order with me using my host code, QRK2D6U2 on my Stampin' Up! Site, donnasingleton.stampinup.net, If you spend $35 or more, so here's my little goodie basket, right? If you spend $35 or more, you'll get a free embellishment pack. It'll probably be this one. They seem to be really popular. This is the 2021, and you can use them on a lot of different items. So you get a free embellishment pack with an order of $35 or more, and that's before tax and shipping, $35. Then if you spend $50 or more, you can choose one of these items. You can choose the self-adhesive dimensionals, or a box of mini glue dots, or the multi-purpose liquid glue. Now, if you spend $75 or more, well, I should say when you spend $50, you'll get a choice of these and this. So you'll get this once you spend $35. When the order reaches $50, you'll get to choose one of these. You just have to email me and let me know which one you want. If you don't email me, I'll have to go and just make a choice for you. And then if you spend $75 or more before the end of the year, you will get a Wink of Stella brush. This is those glitter brushes. These are really great to add sparkle to all of your cards. And so you'll get the Wink of Stella brush plus one of these plus your free embellishment. So that's my special for the end of the year. All right, a free embellishment with $35 order or more. Right, when you hit $50 or more, you can pick one of these items. And then when you hit $75 or more, you get the Wink of Stella brush. All right, so that's it for that. Got the business out of the way. And let's see. So look what I have for you today. I have a fun fold card. Isn't this cute? Now look at, see, it's dimensional. It's 3-dimensional, and it's called different things. A step-up card, a pop-up step card, or pop-up front step-up card. There's all different names for it, but I'm calling it a pop-up front step card. I'll use all the words. Make sure, that way I'll get it all in there, and I'll make sure I'm right about one of the words at least. So it looks difficult, but it really isn't, and it kind of gives a little bit of a wow factor. Plus, look, it folds flat. See how I squeezed it down? So it fits in your envelope, right? Because our envelopes, let's see, it's the base is 5.5 by 4.25, so it's just like the size of a card. But then when the person you send it to gets it, they open it up, and I'll see if I can get it to stand up. Sometimes you have to kind of bend it a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but see, it stands up. So it's a really cute card, and I've gone ahead and put just a plain white die cut image, die cut shape on the back, so I can write my note. Now I want to show you my, oh, where is it? Here it is. I wanted to show you my inspiration. This was a birthday card I got from one of my friends last month, and it just inspired me to make a card. And I tried to kind of duplicate it. My measurements are a little different. I used, I measured hers and I kind of played around with it. But isn't this beautiful? Now, she used a lighter color paper, so she, that's my friend Kay, she's so nice. So she was able to write right on the back of her card. But because mine is dark, I just decided to put this on the back. Now, I was going to duplicate it exactly like I made it. Well, I'm going to make it exactly like this, only I'm going to change the sentiment because I need a sympathy card. So that was my inspiration. And this cute little bird, I don't know where she got that. It looks like it's from a Stampin' Up! Thing, but it looks like it's plastic. I'll have to ask her. But anyway, so that was my inspiration. But this is the card I'm going to make today. I'm just going to change the sentiment. I'm going to put a sentiment on the back card too. So let's start. And this is this paper. If you guys like, if you think this is pretty, now I use this paper for my card class to go this month. It is called Ever Eden. All right. It goes along with the let's see, let me grab it. The Eden's. This is what I use for my card class to go. Eden's Garden. And this paper is absolutely gorgeous, and the stamp set is brand new. It came out, I think, a pre-release, maybe November sometime, but it is in the new catalog, the mini catalog. So you'll be able to, you can get it now, but it will be in the new catalog. Then it is in the new mini catalog. However, this paper that is available now is not available in the new catalog. In fact, the paper and, let me see, if these are still available, these Garden Gems were part of the suite. There's a few things that were part of it. So the Eden's Garden and here are the dies. I'm using 2 of them today. So this one here, a little one that makes these little kind of like sprigs, and then this long skinny one. I'll show you when I get to that point, but this is the bundle that you can get for 10% off. And but this paper will not be available in the new catalog. So if you like this paper, I checked before I came online, and it's available. It's specialty paper, so it's $15 for the package, but it's reason it's specialty because it's got the gold foil in it. So usually our DSP is $11.50 for a package, but when they add a little bit of glitz to it, and then they charge a little bit more, not a lot, but anyway. All right, so I initially love that. I love this. I love these die set. This die set, it's called Hippo and Friends, and if you don't have it, this is a great one to have. Oh, it looks like my screen got all blurry all of a sudden. Hopefully that clears up. Sometimes it takes a minute or two, so if it's blurry for you, please stick around. I hope it will clear up. Are you guys seeing it blurry? I don't know whether sometimes it's like the focusing changes, so I'm kind of seeing if I can play around with it. I'm so bummed. Let's see. Oh, I think it's clearing up. Let's give it a minute. Maybe it's my internet connection. I don't know. There's nobody else in the house. My cat doesn't use the internet, but I do have my phone off the hooks, just so that nobody calls. It looks like it might be trying to, let's see if I put something under it so that it will try to focus again. I don't know whether, are you guys seeing it? Those of you that are live, are you seeing it blurry? Like I'm seeing it? Maybe it will, oh, it just cleared up for me. Oh, I hope it just cleared up for you too. But anyway, so this is a die set, and the die, I have it over here, I'll show you. But it comes from the Hippo and Friends, which, blurry. Did it clear up, Lori? Because it just cleared up for me. I hate when, oh, that's good now, good. I hate when that happens. It's crazy. But it looks clear now, so good. Better keep going. So anyway, if you like this paper, order it before it's gone, because it's while supplies last, only available to the end of the year, and like I said, while supplies last. And I'm using it for this card, this cute little pop-up step card. All right, so what did I need to tell you? So I think I told you I used these. I'll put these aside. Now I'm going to change my sentiment, like I said. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you're looking for like a stamp set that you want for Sympathy, let's say, you can type in the search bar at the top of the screen when you go to, once you are on the shopping page, because you go here, donnasingleton.stampinup.net, and click on shop, and you can start adding stuff to your cart. But up in the top corner is a magnifying glass, so you can type in there Sympathy, and a bunch of stamp sets will come out that have different sentiments that would be good to use for Sympathy. So I wanted to change this. I like the sending hugs, and I was going to put a Sympathy sentiment on the back, but I decided I will just put, I got this one. This one came up, Prized Peony came up, and I said, oh my goodness, I haven't used this one in a long time. But it has So Sorry for Your Loss and My Thoughts Are With You. So that's what I'm going to do this. I'm going to put, that's what I'm going to do for this one. I'm going to put So Sorry for Your Thoughts at the front and My Thoughts Are With You on the back. And then I'll have a spot to put my sentiment. All right. Let me get all this out of the way. My goodness, and let's get started. So, I have gone ahead and cut everything myself. I'm going to score with you. And I also printed it out. I wrote it down on a piece of paper so that you can take a snapshot or write these notes down. I'm going to put it right down here. All right, so that while I'm doing this, you'll see it. I think you can see that, right? Can you guys see that? Is that in the image? I think it's in the image. All right, so our base, I gotta put the card out of the way. This is, you can get 2 of these out of a sheet of 8.5 by 11. You just gotta cut off 3/4 of an inch. So this is 4 1/4 by 10 1/4. All right. So we're gonna take the long side and we're gonna put it in our trimmer, and we're gonna push our blade away. The darker one's the blade. We're gonna push that away, and we're gonna use the lighter one. All right. And we have to do some scoring. So the first score line is at a 1/2 inch. So you're gonna line it up right at the 1/2 inch. I'm just gonna hold it there. This our new trimmer. Let me see if I can move this down so you guys can see it. Our new trimmer is, I say new, it's been around a while, but it snaps into place. I like it because it holds the paper in place pretty much. All right, so we're going to do a 1/2 inch. Oh, I guess I should move this down. Because I don't have it memorized. A 1/2 inch, and then 1 1/4, then 4, and then 4 3/4. All right, so I'll repeat that. That's not right. Is that right? Let me see. No, that's right. It just looks strange to me for a second. All right, so 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 4 inches, and 4 3/4. All right, now the other piece that we need is 3 inches by 5 1/4. All right. And on this one, and we're scoring on the long side of both of these, if I didn't say that on the other one, we're going to score at 4 inches. There's always 2 scores on this one. 4 inch and 4 3/4. Right? 4 inches and 4 3/4. Okay? Now, for Designer Series paper, for the back of this, and I'm using the same exact Designer Series paper that I used before because I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. So if you have a directional pattern, you'll want to make these 2 pieces the same direction. All right, but you could use all different. You could use 3 different Designer Series papers. I'm using 2. So the first one, I have it matching, and the top piece is 2 3/4 by 4, and the bottom piece is 2 1/2 by 4. Okay, and now see this piece here inside here. That's a second Designer Series paper, and that is 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Oh, isn't this paper? This paper is just absolutely. Look at the back of that one. Just absolutely gorgeous. All right, then get out my little trusty things. I am using some of our Simply Elegant trim. I'm using the gold, and I've already made a bow, but I'll probably just show you how to make it because I made a double bow. And I'm using the Gilded Gems. If you qualified or earned my December card class to go kit, the Eden's Garden, and you spent more than $50 on product, then you're getting one of these packs of Gilded Gems also. So these are the 3 dies I use. So this is from the Hippo and Friends, and that cut out this shape. Here, let me move my trimmer. I don't need this anymore. It's just in the way. All right, so I did 3 die cuts, and I did them ahead of time because it's just easier and you don't have to watch me. So that's with that. That's from Hippo and Friends. And then I have this one here that I just got to do a little poking. This is from the Eden Garden one, and those, I'm trying to think what the name of it was. They go with the Eden's Garden. I think they're garden dies. I think that's what it's called, garden dies. So I just had to poke out a couple little of the green things. So that's that die. And then I made 2 of these little leaves that are also from the garden die. Aren't those nice? They're so delicate. All right, so those are the 3 dies I needed. I cut these out. Oh, if I didn't tell you, this is Evening Evergreen paper, and that's what I use, the Evening Evergreen, and I also cut it out with Evening Evergreen. So I've already made a little bow, but I'll show you. This is a double bow, so I'll show you how to do that. And of course, whenever I cut the die pieces that I'm going to stamp on, I always cut extra. And you guys know I have this little bin, and I just, whenever I have any extra pieces, I just throw it in here. Some of these are, you know, retired items, but I throw them in here so that I have extra. If I'm in a rush, I can just go grab a few in there. All right, So I'm going to put these dies away. All right, so we'll put all this aside and let's get started. Oh, for the back, I forgot to tell you. For the back scallop here, this one here, I use the Stitch So Sweetly. This is another die set. I think I have 3 favorite die sets. Hi, Jocelyn. Yes. Yes, this stamp set is great. Glad to see how to find the stamp set at first. Yes, yes, just search whatever word, sympathy, sick, hugs, whatever, and it'll come up as many as whatever we have on the Stampin' Up site. So if I had to choose, gosh, I would say if I had to choose a couple of different die sets for you to, if someone said to me, what should I get for die sets? I had to go grab this behind me. I would say to get the Stitch So Sweetly, the Hippo and Friends, or this is the Scalloped Contour dies. I use this one, these two the most, I think, but I love these scallop rectangles. But this one here, I honestly haven't used the Hippo and Friends die set. I might have used a sentiment from it, but I haven't used, there's a little hippo, there's a butterfly, there's a sheep, but I haven't even used the stamp set, but I absolutely love all these shapes. And the Stitch So Sweetly, this one, I have 2 of these and 2 of these. I can't remember if I have 2 of these now, so that when I cut for card class, I can cut faster. I can do 2 at a time, but love this for all these different shaped rectangles and then these different shapes. So if you have a die cutting machine and you're looking for some dies that will be versatile to use on a lot of different things, these are the 3 that I would suggest. Okay, let's get going. So grab your, let me see, that one's all dirty. I'm going to use a cleaner one. All right, so take your bone folder and on all the, you're going to score, we already scored, you're going to crease with your bone folder. You're going to crease on all of your score lines. And even though I scored straight, I'm kind of lining up my sides so that they line up. I'm going to score on all these. And right now I'm not worrying about which way it's going. All right. So I scored that. I creased that one. And I creased this one. You guys all done with your Christmas shopping? I'm not. But I've been doing it all online. Okay. So that's it. So I scored this. And I scored this. Alright, so we have to use some tear and tape or strong adhesive. I'm using tear and tape. And we're going to start by, I got to think for a second. I'm going to turn this way. It doesn't really matter which way, but you kind of like the reason I'm turning it over because this is going to end up going like this. And I creased it that way. So I'm going to turn it this way. And we are going to put we're going to put the adhesive on the short little, the 1/2 inch section. All right, just like that on both these pieces. And I'm putting it kind of close to that fold line. That way it will be, when it does adhere to the base. This is the base and this is I called it the front mat. That way when it adheres, it will be kind of close. You can put 2 rows of the adhesive if you want, but 1 is good. All right, so, excuse me, I think I'm starting to lose my voice. All right, so in order to, I know which way to put the designer series paper, but when you're making this, it can get a little confusing. So if you kind of roll this sheet up and look at it this way, then you'll know that because this piece is going to go, your lighter piece, that 3 3/4 length one is going to go on the front, and these 2 using the same designer paper are going to go on here, but they're going to go on different sides, right? So they're going to go here and the skinnier one's going to go here. But when you open this up, and you don't have to do that like this, but I'm just trying to show you where they're going to end up, right? So this is going to end up here on the opposite side of the tear and tape. Whereas if I turn this upside down now, right, Now this shorter piece is on the same side as where we put the tear and tape. All right, so it doesn't matter where you start, which side you put this tear and tape on, but once you put it on, then you have to remember this. All right, so I'm going to leave it on this side, and I'm going to use adhesive to put this piece down. Oh, I might be out of the image area, sorry. And I'm going to turn it just for the sake of doing this. And I'm going to, let's see, do I want my, not that it matters, but I think I'll just do my, I don't know, herringbone, I think that's called, the design of this paper. And I'm going to just put an even amount of the evergreen showing all the way around. Oh, my cat just woke up, just like that. All right. And then remember, this was on the back, so I'm going to flip it like this. And I want to make sure, right, that my herringbone, my design is going in the same direction, which it is. So make sure when you do this, if you have, because you could have words, or maybe you have something like birds, or something that can't be upside down, it's directional paper, make sure you're doing it in the right direction. So this is going to go on here. It's kind of a neat card. It doesn't, there's not a lot to it. They look harder than they are. And I hope Kay watches this video so she can see that I showed her beautiful card that she sent me. Thank you, Kay. That was a beautiful card. And it gave me inspiration. See? All right, so now, see that? Right? So oh, I did it. I didn't do it. I went and told you, and then I put it upside down. Oh, well. I guess you can't notice it that bad. I shouldn't talk when I do these things. But anyway, all right. So now I'm going to take my backing off of the tear and tape, right? Now I'm going to fold this just like this. This is the last crease. I'm going to fold it on it, right? And then I'm going to fold it just above where we put the designer paper. So I have two sections behind. All right? Do you see that, what I'm doing? Can you see that? Can you see? I want to make sure you get this. So here's our half a card. This would be like a regular card base, right? And we're folding on that last line all the way up. And then we're going to take this seam and fold it back, and this seam. And we're going to put those flat. And then I'm going to just lay it down like that. Just like that. All right? So do you see that? So you don't have any score lines on your back. And you only have one score line on the front. The other two got folded back. And look at that. See how it works? Isn't that cool? So there's your base. Right? And now, this one here, we're going to take this. Now this is going to go, if you have directional paper, you're going to want to make sure that you, if this, like, let's say this had birds on it, I don't want to end up having it upside down. So you're going to put it in the direction with the tear and tape on the top, on the same side as the tear and tape. I love this paper. Oh my gosh. I think that's what happened. I was spinning around that other one, and I ended up putting it upside down. Not that you can tell it's herringbone, but the little diagonal things go in different directions. All right. I can just pretend I did it on purpose. So that goes on like that. All right. So what we're going to do now is the same thing. The two tabs are going to go in the back. All right. Just like that. See that from the side view? That's going to be flat. So it's going to be one long piece. And this is going to go right here like this. Okay, so we're going to put adhesive just on this portion here, just behind this portion here. I'm trying to talk slow or explain it slowly so that I don't, so that I can explain it correctly. Because it is a little, it's not, these aren't hard, but it does, you know, you have to kind of think of what you're doing because of the folds. But this is a really, I know I joke, fun fold, but it really is a fun fold. So I'm putting 3 strips of my tear and tape, and I'm pressing it down good. Always press down your tear and tape. And I'm gonna and like I said, I put it upside down so I could see where I'm putting. I didn't put my tape, I didn't put it past this fold. So now when I take this off, and it's about a little less than 1/4 inch from the base. But I didn't go right up to the edge here, see? And I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. All right. Now I'm going to take this piece. Well, let me first do this. I'm going to first fold this. I want to get this on in the right spot. And it's easier to do when I don't have the tape off the tear and tape. Make sure I get it centered right about there. All right. And I'm going to press that down really good. And now I can just kind of pull this out, take that off, and fold that back. Both pieces, remember, are going completely flat. Close your card up, press down, just like that. And then when you open it, look, it's like it's magic. Isn't that cute? And there's your pop-up step card. Isn't that cute? And when it goes into your card, it folds flat like this. But when they take it out, they can just stand it up. I just think it's cute. And then take your bone folder and reach in there and make sure that your ends, those little tabs, those 1/2-inch strips, get pressed down. Then I turn it upside down and I'll do the like this just to get that top piece. And then you have it. So that's a base. Isn't that great? So now I'm going to do some stamping on this, but see, I don't put this on before you stamp it. Let's stamp a little. Let's get this. I'm going to use the Evening Evergreen, and remember, I use the Sending Hugs, which I love that sentiment, but I want to make this a sympathy card. Excuse me. So I'm going to use the So Sorry for Your Loss, and let me get some grid paper, just in case. I always like to stamp it, and I want to see if it's straight. Yeah, it's pretty straight. All right, so I'm just going to put this. I think I'm going to have to stand up a little bit. Make sure I'm in the image area for you guys. And like I said, I die cut a couple of these just in case. Well, that's good. And then that's So Sorry for Your Loss. And then I'm going to put on the back, I'm going to put My Thoughts Are With You. And I'm going to kind of put it towards the top, in the center, but towards the top, because then I'll just make my little note down here. Let me try this, and I like to do this on the grid paper. And see, now it looks like I thought I was stamping it straight on that line, but it just shows me that my stamp is not exactly perfect with my label, so it means I have to turn it up a little bit on the right. So I'll do that, and we'll see how we get. Pretty good, really good. All right, so now I have all this room down below, and now I made I can make this a sympathy card. So I'm just going to put some adhesive on the back of this. I love these scalloped rectangles. And you could write out your little note to the person now if you wanted, before you put the rest on the back, or before you put this whole piece down. All right. Okay, so let me get rid of this now, because we're all done stamping. Didn't stamp that much. Sometimes when it's a fun fold, you don't really need to do much else. All right, so this is one of the die cuts. We already have that cut out. I just think this is so pretty. I should have grabbed the cards that I made with this. Oh, I forgot. So I'm going to put some adhesive kind of towards the center of it, but again, end to end on this, just down the middle. I'm going to center this piece onto this die cut. All right, just like that. And then I'm going to take these two little leafy things. They're so pretty. I like how, I don't know if you can see it, but maybe if I put on a piece of white, there's actually slits in the leaves. Can you see the white showing through on that? Let me see if I hold it up to the light. There's, a leaf is has been cut out, but the rest are kind of have little slits in them. Just thought that they were very delicate looking. So I'm going to put these in the back. So this is going to go on here like this, right? but it's going to go up on dimensionals. But I want to put, it's going to go right about here, right? But these are going to go up on, the whole thing is going to go up on dimensionals. So I want these to stick to the back here. So I can either use glue dots or a little adhesive, right? But I'm going to hold it up in there, and I just want to see where I want these little things. So I'm going to do that. So if you were going to use glue dots, I would put it right at the stem, because then that won't show. Just like that. All right, so there's my 2. So this thing is going to go right like this. Oh, I just love these. All right, and then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. And the reason I wanted to wait to put those on is because when I go to put a dimensional down, I'm going to put it right over those stems to hold those in place. See that? Let me lift it up and see what I did. I put the dimensional right on the stems because we want to hold those in place. And when I put the other dimensionals on, they're going to hit the edges of this long green die cut, just like that. Maybe I'll put one kind of in the middle. All right, and then I'll take those off. Come on, come on. All right, I stuck my hand to it. All right. Okay, and now, oops, one's left. Now this is going to go, and this is a little different because the sentiment, remember this one, this is our original. The sentiment for this one is oh yeah, it's on dimensionals, is a little narrower, but that's okay because my bow can go there. And I'm just going to put this right like this. You know what I'm going to do before I put it down though? I'm going to put 2 more dimensionals towards the end of this green thing. Don't go too far because you don't want it to show behind the leaves. You know, the open leaves? There, that's better. I have to turn it towards me for a second. Just like that. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I decorated with these, where did I put them? Here they are, the gems. These are our Gilded Gems. I think I told you that you were getting these. If you spent $50 or more, you'll get the card. If you spent $35 or more, you got my card kit for free, which made 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. But if you spent $50, you're going to get this pack of embellishments also. All right, so I made this little bow, and I put it just in the kind of towards the bottom corner here because of the sending hugs is a wider image, but I'm going to kind of put this a little higher on this side. All right, but I wanted to show you what I used. I told you I used, this is our, where's the pack? This is our Simply Elegant trim. It's been in the new catalog, the mini catalog, Christmas one. And was it on the Christmas one? This might have been in the regular one, the annual catalog. But I made a double bow. So this is, I'm going to show you how I made it. I just doubled this. And this does tend to curl, say, because it's on this, the way they wrap it. But all I do is kind of hold it and gently with my finger pull it through, and see how it straightened it? Just like that. See that? So I'm going to double it. And I'm going to give myself, oh, I don't know, 8 inches maybe, doubled like that. And then I'm going to tie a knot. I mean a bow. Tie a bow. Oops. And it is a little slippery, so just play with it. And then you pull your little ends, and you have to keep going with this, and you have to, this is a little bit different than tying a bow with regular twine or regular ribbon because it is kind of slippery, so you really have to, once you got your size right, you really have to pull it tight. All right, because it is slippery, because it's like a cording rather than a twine. They call it a trim, but it's like a cord. And I don't want it too big for my card, so I'm just kind of playing around and kind of forming it with my fingers. Let's see. All right. And you can make when you're doing this, you could make, see how the double bow? I just think it's just prettiest. So you could separate them like that. You could pull one inside more than, you know, smaller than the outside one. So you can play around with it, but that's it right there is what I'm going to do with it. So I've got my bow. I pulled it tight. All right, and I did it while it was on the cording. That way I don't waste too much. And I'm going to cut off the tails and put this right back on. So I didn't waste too much. Just like that. All right. And then I'm going to use a glue dot. So I had one already made, but I just made you a new one so that you can see how I did the double bow. So now I can just save the other one for another card. And I'm going to take a glue dot, put it on the back, kind of make sure the ends won't pop out, bend it a little. And I'm going to put it down in this corner, just like that. And I'll trim the ends in a second. But again, you kind of manipulate it. That's a good word to use. Manipulate your bow. All right, and then I'm going to put my gold gems on. And these are kind of big, but sometimes you can pick them up with your, take your pick tool. Let's see. I put one on each side of this long green. Oh, so pretty. It's a little different than this one because this was a bigger sentiment. But I still like the look of it. And I'm going to put one of the bigger size ones up here and then a little one over here. Like that. So pretty. Now I could put one. Do you think I should put one? What do you guys think? Is this overkill? I'm going to put it lightly, right, and not press it down. Is it too close to that one? Sometimes I don't like things too close. What do you guys think? Should I leave that one there or take it away? I'll trim my cording while you are deciding on that. Pretty, right? So sorry for your loss. And then my thoughts are with you on the back, and I can take it away. You don't like it? Is it too much? But I hate all that white space though. But Lori has spoken. It's like Oz. Oz, remember Wizard of Oz? Oz has spoken. Yeah. Looks cute. So the back has that. You know what I should do? I think I'll put a little bit of Wink of Stella on here. For those of you that don't know Wink of Stella, here, meet Stella. Meet Stella. So I'm looking for a scrap piece of paper. And you might not be able to see this, but Wink of Stella is a glitter brush. Can you see that if I hold that against the light? Let's see. Maybe not. So when you start with your Wink of Stella, you have to squeeze out. I don't know if you can see in the barrel. The liquid comes down, right? See, it came down the barrel, and it'll come out in a blob. See, so you don't want to squeeze. Whoop, you don't want to squeeze on top of your project. Squeeze on a piece of scrap paper. But this is a great. If you don't, we got blurry again. I wonder if it's because I put that up to. Oh, it's getting better. I wonder if it's because I put it up to the camera. Got something close to the camera. It's still a little blurry, but it's getting better. So hopefully, let me see. I'm waiting for it to get a little bit better. Yeah. What a shame. Well, don't disappear. Give it a second because it will my camera will get clear again. It just took a minute. I'm trying to, sometimes when I bring something, it's getting clear, but it's still fuzzy now. Oh, today's not a good day for Facebook Live, I guess. I'm trying to see if my camera will focus. Focus on something. If I hold something close, oh, that's nice and clear. Trying to get it to focus. So I'm going to continue. Oh, my screen blinked. I'm going to continue. What I'm doing is I'm just going to add a little bit of the Wink of Stella on these leaves. Just to kind of add a little bit of sparkle. 'Cause everybody likes sparkle. Should I put it down there? I don't know. I don't want to do too much. I think I might just stick up here. So just go ahead and you can touch it up. I'm afraid to go closer. I'm afraid that the camera will go out of focus again. See what I'm doing? I just love Wink of Stella. If you don't have a Wink of Stella, you should get one. They're relatively cheap. I think it's like $8. They last a while. You can color with them too when you know, using the ink. See that? So I put a little Wink of Stella. It's got to dry. Let me see if I can. Oh, my cat. Do you see the I hear you. Can you see the glitter a little bit? It just, let me see if I can get it at the right angle. I don't know. Oh, hi, Margaret. Thank you for sharing, Margaret. So that's the glitter. That's the Wink of Stella on it. That's my cat crying in the background. And 3 things when I go live. I try to remember to put my phone on my cell phone on Do Not Disturb. I take my house phone off the hook, and I hope that the cat is sleeping. All right, so there you have it. That is my fun fold today. So this was the inspiration. I don't know what set this was. It might not even be Stampin' Up. Or maybe it's an older one I don't recognize. I know this shape. This is one of our punches, and I know that script is. But this was made by my friend Kay, and using the peach paper. That was that Stampin' Up. But isn't it pretty? So that was my inspiration to make these cards. So Rhode Island. Yep. How are you, Margaret? So guys, that's what I have for you today. Don't forget my special. If you're shopping with me, see, I use the Wink of Stella. So if you're shopping with me, and oh, look at these things here. Look at these. These are the in colors, and Evergreen is an in color. So those jewels would go beautiful on here also, right? So if you shop with me and your order is $35 or more before tax and shipping, yes, I will be having, yes, I'm planning on squeezing in a card class at the studio every month next year. I'm gonna be talking with Rachel, and I might even do a beginner's class at my house, but I haven't decided on that yet. So this is $35 or more before tax and shipping. You spend $35 more, and you're going to get a free embellishment pack. If you spend $50 or more, you can choose. You'll get one of these for free, plus the embellishment pack. So you get to choose either a pack of dimensionals, or the liquid glue, or the mini glue dots, right? But you'll still get the embellishment. So let's say you just pick out that, right? And then if you spend $75 or more, you'll also get a Wink of Stella pen. Oh, you like the idea of a beginner's class, Susan? Would you come? Because I think I was thinking of doing like a small beginner's class. That way we don't have too many people at it, and because I know everybody's still worried about catching COVID and everything, and you know, as long as people are vaccinated, and now the boost. That's why I wasn't here last week. Thursday I got my booster, and oh my goodness. I got my booster on Thursday, and I was on the couch all day on Friday. Didn't have any energy, headaches, chills, all that. So I really didn't. I couldn't do my Facebook Live. So I missed you guys last week's, and that was after doing 12 days in a row, and then a couple days off, and then my Facebook Live I missed. Oh, it was horrible. I was so used to seeing everybody. You know what I mean. All right, guys, so that is your Fun Fold Friday class. I used to do every Friday was a Fun Fold, but I'm not sure whether I'll go back to that, but I'll just keep doing the videos, and I hope you guys will watch. If you're watching this on YouTube, on my Donna's Creative Space channel, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit the notification button. I think it's a little bell, so you can get notified when I post a new video. And also you could, if you're watching this on Facebook, you could like this page. You can share it like Margaret did. That really helps me find new customers and new people to share card making with. So have an awesome weekend. And next Friday will be Christmas Eve, so I'm not sure if I will be doing a Facebook Live. Maybe I'll do it the day before. We'll see. It's just going to get hectic with Christmas coming. But if I don't see you guys, have a happy holiday, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Have a wonderful time. And I'm hoping, I've got lots of ideas for next year's classes and projects, and I can't wait till the new catalog goes live and we can use all the fun new product. So take care, folks. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.